International Monetary Fund has approved 2 reviews of a financing agreement with Uganda that allows for the immediate release of about $240 million to our neighbouring country. The IMF says Ugandan authorities have managed to preserve macroeconomic stability while sustaining the post-COVID-19 recovery, despite rising pressure from global shocks and successive domestic shocks, including new public health challenges. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines from across Africa.
In December, Uganda and the IMF staff had reached an agreement for the combined second and third reviews of its 36-month extended credit facility, paving the way for the release of the financing, which brings total disbursements under the arrangement launched in June 2021 to $625 million. The IMF says that Uganda had met most quantitative targets, with a slight relaxation of fiscal deficit targets to support vulnerable households and provide public sector cost of living adjustments amid high inflation. In recent years, Uganda has been increasingly taking large amounts of debt, particularly from China, to finance energy, transportation and other infrastructure, with officials banking on expected oil revenue to clear the debt. Meanwhile, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, has left its key focus for oil supply and demand this year unchanged for the second month running, even as it increased output. OPEC's average December production rose by 91,000 barrels per day to 28.971 million barrels daily, with nearly all of the gains coming from Nigeria. Nigeria's crude oil production rose by 91,000 barrels per day last month to 1.267 million barrels per day, with production also rising in Angola, Iran, Libya, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. OPEC has left the forecast for global oil demand growth at 2.22 million barrels per day for this year. And finally, Tanzania exported $141.6 million worth of coal in the year ending November 2022, fueled by increasing demand due to the global energy crisis. This was more than 10 times the value that was exported in the corresponding period in 2021, that was at $13.2 million. Most of the coal was destined to neighboring countries such as Rwanda, Uganda, DRC, Senegal, Poland, Hong Kong, and India.